welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about tan, and if you've ever had a conversation with me about tan, I 100% have mentioned this brand to you because I absolutely love it, and that is Bondi Sands. Oh my god, right, so a bit of a background. Let's just rewind a little bit. I am Irish. I am so white that I'm almost blue, and I love tan. I would try to probably wear tan definitely every second week, definitely once a month, but just sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I might want to put on tan, other times I don't, but I just love tan. I have tried every tan under the sun. When I was young, what did I even start off with? I used to start off with a mousse that Boots had years ago, like a number 7 mousse, or was it like a Sultan mousse or something? Anyway, I went through the Rimmel, like instant, whatever it was called, Sun Shimmer, Rimmel Sun Shimmer. I went through that for a long time, like we all did. Then fell out of fake tan or self tan love and went with Sally Hansen, which, you know, is fantastic. It's an absolutely amazing brand, but it can be a bit messy. And yeah, look, I've tried so many tans, and one of my absolute favorites is Bondi Sands. So what I'm going to do for this video, talk a little bit about Bondi Sands, what I do, what I use, and just a couple of my tips for letting my tan last long and just applying it. I'm just going to pop in a little bit of a clip as to what I do when I'm applying my tan also. So really hope you enjoy. Stay tuned if you want to know more about my love for Bondi Sands. So as I end up saying for a lot of my videos, preparation is always key for everything, but preparation for tan is particularly important. You need to exfoliate the life out of your skin before you put on tan. I tend to do it probably the day before. So say for instance, I put on some tan. I have some tan on now. That's another thing, I'll get onto that in a minute. It smells amazing, but I will exfoliate. So I exfoliated last night with an exfoliating glove and some of the cocoa brown tough stuff. Actually, I find is very good, and really just scrub my body, and then the next day pop on my tan. So what I absolutely love about Bondi Sands is, number one, it's a mousse. I love mousses. I'm not great with lotions. I'm not great with things that spill quite easily. I have destroyed many a carpet in my old houses, but we won't talk about that. So this is a mousse. It's absolutely fantastic. This is the ultra dark. I did start off with just the dark one, and that was beautiful, really lovely, and probably for me it was actually a little bit more wearable for during the week. This is quite dark, which, you know, just brings joy to my soul, because you don't need to apply tons of it to get a really good colour payoff. So that is your Bondi Sands. So let's just fast forward to a clip of me looking naked, even though I'm not naked. I'm popping on some of the Bondi Sands tan, and I'll just talk over a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm just taking about 3 pumps onto my Catwalk tan mitt. Actually, I don't even have a Bondi Sands mitt. Well, this is lovely. It's got like a velvet finish on it, and it's really smooth, and just makes the tan application go on so seamlessly. So I'm just kind of trying to really focus on my arms and around the backs of my arms. Sometimes can be a little bit tricky. I'm working in circular motions around my shoulders and around my chest and up my neck. And I'm also just taking a smell because it's so lovely. So I'm just doing kind of like my chest and my neck area, not forgetting around my jawline, because you don't want a difference between your makeup and your tan when you have your makeup on. This has a little loop on it, this particular tanning mitt, which is really handy for taking it off and putting it back on when you're doing the other side of your body. So again, just doing the same on this side and trying to kind of work around the elbows, not having too much product around the elbows, and working it up around and around my armpit, I suppose, as well. And at this point I'd usually call Mike for assistance with my back, but he wasn't available. So I'm just focusing then again on my chest and going around the back of my neck as well. And that's kind of it, really. As you can see, I've put on my Bondi Sands. Oh, I just love this tan so much. So as you can see from it, it's not giving me a massive like dirty, mucky look. Even just with the guide colour, I always think you can quite easily go out with this on you if you don't have time or you don't want to do it at night. Maybe some people don't like doing it at night. I know it wrecks my head how much tan stains my sheets and all that kind of thing. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you want to wear it out during the day, if you can, that's totally fine too. Like, look, that's just kind of like it's just a glow. Like, you can even just go back over little parts of it that you might think are patchy, but I actually think that it's fine. If you had like a long sleeve top, especially now that it's winter, it's probably a little bit easier to actually do that. FYI, I might mention it as I'm talking over this video, but I never put tan on my face. I try not to. I do have a present of a Saint-Tropez tan mask that I'm really excited to try, but just as a general rule, I found that once I stopped putting tan on my face, my breakouts absolutely minimized. So I really just don't like putting tan on my face. It is a bit annoying if I'm going to the gym in the morning and I've had tan on from the weekend. It just means that I have an absolute ghostly white face. But I might try a little bit of the Lancome Tinted Moisturiser. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. What I do want to show you though is how I do my hands. And how I do my hands is the same as how I do my feet. So I don't need to show you my feet because there's just no need for that, it's not necessary, but it's the same way. So I would not be able to get my, I still feel like I'm showing too much skin, this is so weird. I would not be able to get my hands, my tan on my hands right if it was not for Cocoa Brown's Tontour brush, one of them. As you've probably heard from my previous videos, I use the big Tontour brush as a foundation brush. I absolutely love it. This is the other one. It's a little bit narrower. It's a good bit narrower actually. And I just find this absolutely fantastic. So what I do is get the mitt that I've already used, pop a little bit of just like maybe even half a pump onto the mitt. I'm just going to put it on just so it doesn't stain all around me. And I just dab my brush down into that and literally just put it all over my hands. So be really, really specific with it. So like as if you're trying to blend in your foundation, really. Just blend it, blend it, blend it. Don't forget about this part as well, your wrist, so up along here. And even if you want to bring it up a little bit up your arm so it's nice and blended, but then go up onto your fingers and don't forget this part here around your thumb. So I need to be looking at this when I'm doing it. So also in around your creases, around your knuckles, and just go in circular motions and just be really particular. Go down around your fingers and in between your fingers, and then just do like you would do in a tan salon, do like the claw and then blend it all in. I love having tan on my hands because it makes my rings sparkle so much more. It's so funny. People say to me when I've darker foundation on my face, oh, your teeth are so white, and when I've darker tan on my hands, people say, oh, your rings are so sparkly. So it's just so funny how colours bring out like whiteness or sparkle or whatnot. So I also kind of go up, I got my nails done today, they're amazing. I also kind of go up around my fingers. Even though it's fake tan, you want to try and make it as natural as you can. So that's it. So that's just the guide colour on it, so we let that set for a while. I then go on and do, look at the difference. I then go on and I do my other hand, and after I've given them a couple of minutes, I then go with a little bit of hand cream and just rub it all over them. So I kind of let it set in for probably maybe 5 minutes. Maybe the hand cream is redundant at that stage, I don't know, but that just works for me. Pop on a bit of hand cream afterwards and I don't know, I feel like it helps to blend in the tan and kind of like, I don't know, have it a little bit more even looking. So for the purpose of this video, obviously I only showed you my top half. That's all you need to see at any given time. And obviously the hands then are done as well. I just popped back on my rings. Yeah, so Bondi Sands, it goes on so effortlessly. It smells incredible. So yeah, I'm a big weirdo when it comes to my bed smelling ranky. Obviously you don't want that, you're spending long enough there, you don't want it to smell bad. And also having to wash my sheets, even though I wash them pretty much every week anyway, but just having that gank, like horrible stink off them, I don't get that with Bondi Sands. This smells like coconuts. Now I have specifically in the past bought tans that claimed not to have a smell, and then I realised that every single tan is going to have a smell because the colour is going to develop on your skin, and that is the smell of the chemical that's going to give you the tan. So yes, it does at times smell like tan while it is developing, because that's just life. However, the general scent of this is of coconuts, and it is just like, I love it. And do you know, I love it because I associate that smell now with, ooh, like I'm going out, or I'm going for dinner, or I'm going to do something really exciting because I have tan on. I normally would sleep overnight in it. I get up the next morning and I shower. I don't use soap in the shower, I definitely do not scrub. So I basically just wash off the guide colour, which I'll probably do either later on this evening, or I'll probably leave it on tomorrow, till tomorrow at this stage. So I wash off the guide colour, and then this is, for me, a key tip that I got from somebody that did my tan for my 30th, actually, to give me a really good tip, that you need to put on some developing moisturizer after you apply your tan. So I would then get out of the shower, very lightly like tap my skin. I will not rub it, let it, or you know, dry myself off, and then, and this is amazing, and I got this for honeymoon because it also has an SPF, and it is just life. The Bondi Sands Everyday Gradual Tanning Milk. This is gorgeous. This doesn't really have the coconut smell of the actual tan, but it is gorgeous. It goes on white, so it's not like you don't have a colour, you're not like kind of transferring off anything, but it is fab. It has SPF 15 in it, which was why I got it for holidays. Now, I need 50. So, you know, it's fine for the evenings on holidays. For me, personally, just moisturises your body so well, and it really locks in the tan and helps it to develop. So 100%, if I put this on that day, then after my shower, later on that evening, I'll be one shade darker again, and it is just fantastic. So both of these guys together are like the absolute gruesome twosome. They are fantastic. Brilliant products. As a rule, like I've said already, I do not tan my face. However, if I am looking for a little bit more of a glow to my natural skin, for instance, like I mentioned, going to the gym in the morning with like a ghostly white face and a tan body is not a great look. Not that you really fully care how you look like in the gym, but you know, we want to look good all the time. So I put on some of the Lancome Self Tan. This is the Flash Bronzer, and it's called Night Sun. So I pop a little bit of this on. This takes a couple of nights to actually show up. So I wouldn't put it on at night expecting to have a completely brown face, not at all. I definitely give it 2 to 3 nights of application for it to actually build up and develop properly on the skin. But it is a moisturiser with a little bit of Self Tan in it, and I find this really good as well. If you do want to put something on your face, but you don't want to go full on whole hog with a tan that has a guide colour that sometimes can clog your pores. So that is what I would recommend if you want a tan on your face. So look, that's just a really quick synopsis of the tan that I use, the tan that I love, how I use it, and just that little tip of this extra step to help your tan last that little bit longer and to just give it that oomph. So I'm going to kick back for the rest of the day, wait for my tan to develop, smell like coconuts, and be bronzed by this evening because of Bondi Sands. I love it! Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give me a little thumbs up and comment if you want, subscribe, and then, you know, if you want to hit that notification bell to get an email when I upload, you can do that too. Free country, do whatever you like. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye!